Hello everybody, welcome back to the Java tutorials. In the last video, we have seen that how we can inherit one class from another class. So one of the important reason is you can reuse the code. You can need not maintain the code in multiple class files, and then you can also have multiple classes using the same parent class. Thereby, you can give different functionalities to each of the subclasses. So now we are going a little more ahead of this topic, like how we can use one class as a data member in another class. So for example, so far we have been using the variables like string, right, integer, float, and all those things as a data member. So in this video, we will see that how we can use one class as a data member in another class. Okay. So let's get started. So what I was looking at is I will create a class called college, and in that college, for example, as we discussed earlier, there are a lot of things, right? Like you'll have students, you'll have staff members, you'll have library, you will have classrooms, all these things. So I will create one complete class for college where we will be using all these classes inside. Okay. So I'll be creating it in the management package itself. College. Okay. So in here we will create all the different kinds of things. So this is what I was talking about, right? So we have college, and in that we have different kinds of entities present as part of the college. Now we will be adding each of these, like we have a class for staff member, we have a class for student, we have class for classroom. So similarly we will have all those class entities as part of the college. Okay, let's look into the code now. So here I want to put a student. Okay, let's see, student and std1. Okay, so it is giving me an error, right? So let's see what is the issue. It says you have to import student from package com college people. Yes, that's correct. So when you are creating classes in different packages and you want to reuse them in different package, you need to first import that class file into your current class. So how do you do that? There is a keyword called import. Import. And where is the student class? It is in com.college.people.student. So you can either include individual class files as part of this, or you can include all the classes of that package at one go also. So how will you do that? Just remove the class here and put star. Okay. So if you put star, all the classes belonging to this package can be accessed here directly. So let's see if I can include a staff member now. See, now there is no error. So earlier when I created for student, it threw error, a compilation error that you have to import, right? And then I made something called this. Then there was no error for student. But now I want to use staff member. But if I want to use staff member, I have to again write another import statement to include staff member also, like this. So now if you see, I can access even staff member. Now if I have hundreds of classes and I want to use all of them in this class, then I can't keep writing import statements for all of those things. So instead, I can basically import all the classes as part of the package into this class. There's a simple way, as I told you earlier, it is just say star and you can remove this statement. So now you are able to access both student and staff member.
So now we will create an object for college and see if we are able to access these classes that we have declared as data members to college. Okay, let's see here. So as we did for other classes like staff member and student, we can also create an object for college in this particular method. Okay. So now I have created an object for college, and we will see if we can access the objects of std1, that is for student, or the object staff1 of staff member. Okay. And then we will create new objects for those data members also. So if you see here, it is saying std1 cannot be accessed. Okay. The reason is we already have discussed about this, that if you want to access any data member of a class, you need to say either this dot object or object name dot the data member, right? So that's what we have to do here. Okay, if you see here, I was able to say college dot student1 is equal to new student. Similarly, I can do for the staff member also. Okay, so we were able to access even the staff member object also. Now let's print and see if we are able to display the details of the each object here. Okay, now let us execute and see. Okay, if you see here, we have got the details of student and also details of the staff member. Okay, now let us see if we can access the particular students related data members from here. Okay, so how we used to do that? We used to say that student one dot whatever attribute. If you see here, that is what we have done here, right? Student name or student object dot age or dot name or gender, right? So let us see if we are able to access the data members of the class like student. So now student is present in college, right? So if you see here, I do not see any of the data members, and there is a reason for that. Okay, and that reason is basically called as access. So in Java, there is different levels of access, which gives us a better protection from being accessed, right? That is, if I have some important data members which I don't want to be accessed by other classes, I can be able to do that. So that is what we will see in the next video, which is more about access modifiers. Okay, so as part of this video, we were able to see how we can use our classes, the classes that we have created as a data members in another class. Okay, if you like this, I would request you to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much.